So the Sawyer Micro Squeeze, is it worth the upgrade over the Sawyer Squeeze? I'd say yes. Let's just start with the conclusion right away. I think the Sawyer Micro Squeeze is a fantastic product, and I'm probably going to start carrying it exclusively over the Sawyer Squeeze. The Sawyer Squeeze is still going to stick around for, say, larger groups or as a backup in general. But some major positives about this, and you've seen this specifically on one backpacking trip, and that was the ill-fated Cumberland Gap National Park. It's here in the cards trip, and it worked really well. There's no real discernible difference in flow or flow rate, which I know a lot of people are interested in, and I really could not tell a major difference between these two when it came to that.
I'm not putting any pressure in the bag.
It's not bad. Of course, time will tell, and as I use this, as this gets clogged and needs back flushing, and I typically would try my best to back flush it on every, after every trip. Doesn't always happen, but almost after every trip. Time will tell. I'm planning eventually to replace the cap with that sports cap so I can back flush the Sawyer Micro Squeeze. But the big difference for me is bulk. Is a big difference. Of course, it's very minimal amount of bulk in terms of size difference. Of course, this one's smaller, but it does take up less from your pack. It's, for me, exactly 1 ounce less. I don't worry about the completely dry weights of these things. I just put these away in longer term storage. I'm getting water all over me. I put these away in longer term storage. Of course, the storage instructions are on the Sawyer bag if you've never noticed that. Pretty much you run a little bit of bleach water through it and let it air dry and store it up for the winter time is what I end up doing. In terms of weight, the Sawyer Micro Squeeze was 2.5 ounces after doing that, and the Sawyer Squeeze was 3.5 ounces. So an ounce of weight savings, you do save some bulk. The flow rate is minimal. Why not? Why wouldn't you switch to the Sawyer Micro Squeeze? There's only one real reason I can think of so far, is that the Sawyer Micro Squeeze has a limit of 100,000 gallons. Gallons or liters? 100,000 something. I'll put on the screen here. In terms of the maximum amount it's recommended for filtration. Whereas the Sawyer Squeeze is, right now it has a lifetime guarantee, I guess. It used to be, though, for those of you guys who remember back in the day, I have to look and see if Sawyer still says it. They just said lifetime guarantee now, is 1 million gallons, I think is what they used to say. And it's the same 0.1 absolute microns, absolute micron filter. So, I mean, you guys, if you're watching reviews of the Sawyer Micro Squeeze on YouTube, there's not much to say besides go buy it. It's cheaper for most backpackers. It makes sense. It's lighter. You're not going to have a substantial difference in flow rate from what I've seen, and it's kind of a no-brainer. I don't see any reason why you wouldn't use this. In terms of what it comes with a Sawyer bag, of course. It comes with a blue connector piece, and it also has like a straw in there, and what else did it have? Oh, a syringe for back flushing. That's something interesting I noticed right away once I got out the Sawyer bag, is that the bag that comes with the Sawyer Micro Squeeze is different. It's thinner gauge, it feels like. It's lighter. I don't really like the Sawyer bags, and I'm probably not gonna use this Sawyer bag. I'll stick with the Evernew water bag that I have and I use. It's worked really well. I think they've also made the mouth of this bag a little wider, or easier to scoop from standing water that way. But I just thought it's something that was interesting. It was kind of shows me that they're listening, making lighter bags. I'm just still concerned about I don't know, delaminating or separating. I had a Sawyer bag do that on me, and it makes me leery of trusting this one. But yeah, I guess that's it. This is a really short video or a short review. I'll have a more longer term review of the Micro Squeeze. I'm hoping it won't get clogged or anything like that. It probably will be my go-to and my only filter that I'll be using. Of course, you guys all know in freezing temperature, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you sleep with that in your sleeping bag or your quilt to make sure that it doesn't freeze and destroy the filter, because you should not be using it if it's frozen. So for me, the Sawyer Micro Squeeze is an absolute must buy. It's performed fantastic so far, and the link to it is down in the description below. Let me know what you think of it. I'm a big fan so far. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace. Whenever it's colder like that out, I make sure that I sleep with it along with my batteries, and so it's not a huge deal, but something to consider is that I'd rather sleep with the Micro Squeeze than the regular squeeze. That sounded weird.